SR&BG, and boundaries. The Most High have boundaries when it comes to the chosen. And you better not overstep those boundaries or it could cost you your life. You will lose everything trying to turn up on the chosen. You hear what I'm saying? I don't care how big you is, how many people you know. You go against one little bitty chosen, then it's like tying a great millstone around your neck and jumping in the ocean, man. I'm going to tell you about those boundaries. But first, Sister Joy, I'm working on that Pastor Darby video. It'll be the next video I upload. Another thing, when I'm really cutting, I rub this all over my body. I'm not going to do it right now because I already got on some, but not only is this good for that glow, your skin eats this. It absorbs in your skin. When it's real hot outside and your pores are open, or you get out the shower and it's steaming and your pores are open, rub some of this on. Not only are you going to get that glow, but your body is going to start absorbing them fats, because when your fats start getting low, you start getting angry. Also with carbs, but I'm talking about fats right now. Yes, I eat olive oil fat through my skin. My skin absorbs it. And it changes my mood. If I'm not rubbing this on after my 3-mile run, then I'll be a little angry, a little cranky. But if I rub this on before my 3-mile run, it's just like regular. Oh, bodybuilding secret. Get you some extra virgin olive oil. I have 2 of these. This one I put on my body, and then the other one I take sips of in the summertime when I'm really into the cut. This is just the detox from June 1st to June 15th. Boundaries. That's what this video is about. Boundaries. I remember when I was young, it's the first time I seen how serious this was. I was young. I was about 15 years old. And there was a guy in the neighborhood. He wasn't from the gang over there, but he had family over there, and he seemed like he had a chip on his shoulder with certain people. So one night we all out there and everybody talking. By the way, he was about like 23, 24. I was 15. Everybody's out there talking and laughing and whatever. And then I said something that he didn't agree with. And he slapped me. Yeah, he slapped me. And I ran home to go get a knife and all of that type of stuff. And when I came back, everybody was like, nah, it was a misunderstanding, all of that type of stuff, right? Like, gave him a pass while my face was still hurting, right? And I was real angry about that, man. I went into the house and I prayed to God for that fool to die. So I got locked up about a couple of months after that, right? And then it was this dude, he was from BPS, Black Peace Stone, inside a Camp Anazuka. He was from Black Peace Stone. And he was my homeboy because we was KPs, kitchen patrol. We passed out all of the food and stuff for the rest of the people that was in camp with us, right? And we was starting to talk about people because we knew people. We was familiar with certain people, right? And the guy who slapped me, his name popped up. And I was like, hey, do you know this dude? And I described him and he said, yeah, they found that fool in a trash can. I'm like, what? So I called home. I called home probably a couple of days later and I asked my moms, I said, hey, mama, guess what I just heard? And she said, what? And I'm like, you remember old boy who slapped me? But I said his real name. I don't want to say his name right here, but you remember him? And then she was like, yeah, they found him in the jungles, in the trash can. A couple of months after he slapped me, somebody smoked him inside of the jungles and threw him in the trash can, man. I was all the way in Camp Anazuka and I got that. See, that's the thing. That's how you can always tell when the karma came because of you, because they put their hands on the chosen. Putting your hands on the chosen is crossing that line. You might be up in the trash can. I'm not lying. This is just from experience. You hear what I'm saying? Let me tell you another one. So I'm in Lincoln Park. I got the park sold up. But you know it's always some haters, right? So you know them people that's out there to where they homeless, but they don't smoke crack, but it's kind of like they do, but they don't all the way. They still kind of clean. Well, it was a couple of guys up in the park, and they didn't like how I got down, right? And you know it's always a brave one. So when it was time to take over the park, I knew that we had to take down these two giants in the park, right? The ones who was bullying people and doing all that. So me and a homie, we beat them up. I took over the park. And then instead of letting it go, everywhere I go, this dude, he'll always be trying to taunt me. Somebody told me that he said that when he catch me slipping, he was going to smoke me. So I said my prayer, my protection prayer to the Most High. Didn't go to the back room. None of that. Didn't talk to witches or anything like that. I just took it to the Most High. I was afraid, not because of what he was going to do, but for what I was going to do. I had so much money that I didn't even have to lift a finger. All I had to do was make phone calls. You know what a person would do for a half a pound of bomb runts? Stop it, man. But I didn't do that. I took it to the Most High. Now, when my girl was in jail, she writes me a letter and say, hey, did you hear what happened to old boy? The guy who kept taunting me and spoke on my name, talking about he was going to smoke me. And in the letter, in parentheses, she wrote, did you know that he got stabbed up and died on the freeway? I said that in another video, how this one guy, he was taunting me and stuff. Then all of a sudden, he get into it. They used to sleep on the canal. He gets into it with this one girl, and then one thing led to another, and somebody stabbed him a gang of times. And he ran into the middle of the freeway and died. Now, I wasn't even at the park at that time. Nor was my girl even out of jail, but you see how it got to me. Whenever somebody do something to you, and God do that karma on them, you gonna hear about it. Even if you in Texas and they in Alaska, somehow it's gonna get to you. So you don't want to be putting your hands on the chosen because you just might be in the trash can. You don't want to be putting your mouth on the chosen because you might be dead in the freeway. Now let me tell you one more. This was a big one. This one right here changed my life. This one right here kept me up for nights. This one right here might trigger people that I know. So if you know me, then you might not want to be listening to this right now because I don't hold my tongue for nobody. Because when I was going through my thing and people was talking behind my back, they wasn't holding their tongue for me. So remember I told you the dude that fought in the park with me. I just was talking about a guy and we fought these dudes. Well, it wasn't supposed to be us both fighting these guys. I told the homie that I was going to fight the Mexican dude because he keep on doing like racist stuff. Like, for example, this one female, she was a smoker, a sister. And she owed somebody some money and he punked her. And I wasn't looking at her as no smoker. I was looking at her as auntie. So I said, as soon as he slip up, I'm going to get him. Like, he on my list, right? So the day came. So when I fired on him, my so-called homie socked him too. looked back like, what's up with this? Because I'm not a jumper. You hear what I'm saying? Which made the other guy who died on the freeway hit me. That's how me and him got into it, because when I hit the Mexican guy, my homie hit the Mexican guy, and he said, oh, y'all not fit to jump the homie, and he hit me, which is only right. I'm not fit to let nobody jump my homie. I was thinking about this black dude. I was thinking about putting them on, because he can fight. And he was just going to be around me, and we was just going to make a lot of money, right? But the homie did this, and then one thing led to another, right? So we fight the dudes and take over the park. But the homie lived with his mama. I was homeless inside the park. So the thing about homeless people is when they buying stuff from you, homeless people like to buy stuff from people they can relate. So I was in the homeless community every day and night. He would wake up in the morning, come from his mama house, and come to the park to make money. So there was a difference. He wasn't making no money. I was making all the money because everybody was coming to me because I sleep with him. I eat with him. We like family. Although he knew me, he was still an outsider to them. So he got angry. And he was like, I abort mission. I don't want to do this no more. And he went to plumbing school. So every morning, he had him a couple of workers. He'd go up there. He'd dish out what he need to them. Then he'd go to plumbing school. I was there all day. I slept there. Then he'd come back, get his money, say what's up to me. We'd smoke a blunt. And he'd go home and sleep and do whatever they do up in their mama house. You hear what I'm saying? So we parted ways a little bit. And then one day my girl goes up to the park and she say that she seen him. So I'm like, hey, tell him to come over here and holler at me because I'm up. I'm the man. I have the crown on my head at downtown Long Beach. You hear what I'm saying? It was people that was coming from Compton like, hey, I heard about you. Your name ring bells. I was like, what? I had customers from everywhere, and I had workers and all of that. So when I hear that the homie is at the park, I invite him over so we can kick it. I could put him on, all this. He come over. I tell my girl, hey, go get us beers, all of this type of stuff. She's catering to us and all this. We make a plan to go work out the next day. So the next morning, I call him like, hey, what's up, man? You ready to work out? And he like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to work out. And he hung up. So I text him and I'm like, man, what's up with your big head ass, man? You built me up to work out, man. Don't have me, you know what I'm saying, waiting on you all damn day and you don't show. He get mad and start bagging on me. So I start bagging on him and he overstepped his boundaries. He started talking about my girl. And I'm like, hey, how could you even talk about her when she was so good to us yesterday? You don't remember all them beers? You don't remember how many times she was like, hey, do you need anything else? And do you need this and do you need that? How dare you talk about her? Talk about me. And he said, F you and F your kids. And he said that he had smoked me and my family. You hear what I'm saying? So you said that you're going to smoke me and my family. And you think this is supposed to be a ha moment. I don't play like that, bruh. You can say anything you want to me. But when it comes to my family, and you talking about violence, and this isn't the first time either. It was always those little comments. I remember one time he said, hey, what would you do if somebody break in your house, tie you and your girl up, kill the baby, and take all your weed and stuff? And I looked at him. I was going to smoke him right there, but I still had love for his brother. You hear what I'm saying? Because I don't like playing games like that. It's certain things that I don't like playing games like that. You're going to have to ask God to forgive you because with me, I'm not playing no games like that. Now let me finish this story, right? So I'm like, oh man, like what's up? Like you overstepping your boundaries to keep my family name out your mouth. And he like, F your family when I see him, whoop-de-whoop. Matter of fact, I'ma call up the guy who's accused of shooting your brother in the face because he's looking for you too. And I said, oh, is that right? So what you mean to tell me is for me defending my fucking family and you got an attitude, you jealous because you smell all that kush, you see all this money, you see all them customers, you just seen me make like $400 an hour, you seen that. You want to put my family in it, and for me defending them, you want to kill me. No, you always wanted to kill me. So this is what's going to happen. You remember that dude? I'm just telling you about this dude who's supposed to have shot my brother in the face, who he was going to go get. A week later, he dropped dead. He just dropped dead. And anybody that know me, you know who I'm talking about. He just dropped dead. So I'm sitting up there thinking like, I wonder, do this fool who just threatened me with this dead man, did he get the information did he get the memo that this dude died? You hear what I'm saying? So one day I'm chilling. I done kind of forgot about it. It's like about 3 months later. And my girl said, this time she driving, she said, hey, I go by the park and I see him. But this time he cut his hair. And I'm like, oh, and he has some more people with him. And I'm like, oh, do you recognize any of them dudes? And she said, no. And I said, all right. I let it slide, man. I got nervous because I knew why he was up there. I didn't get nervous for me getting hurt. I be getting nervous for having to shoot people and do things like that to people because now here come the police and all of this type of stuff. I'm not nervous of what's going to happen to me. No weapon forms against me shall prosper. I was afraid of what I was going to have to do. Something got into us, got into the landlord. We moved to Phoenix, from Long Beach to Phoenix. I made enough money. We was out. I gets on Facebook and I see that his brother, the guy that said that he was going to kill me and my family, the guy who asked me what would I do if somebody come in and home invade me and my family, the same guy that I wasn't going to smoke because of his brother. First of all, that day me and him had that conversation. His brother, he texts me and he says, how dare I come at his brother like that? I'm foul. All of this. Although he know and his whole family know how foul this dude is, right? He come at me. Everything falls in my lap for me defending myself. But let me show you how God is, right? Let me show you why you better not overstep them boundaries. Still to this day, you better not. You better humble yourself and you better sit the hell down. I'm going to tell you why. I'm up in Phoenix now. This is like right after the Rona. I gets on Facebook. I go to his brother page. And guess who they got up there with a big R.I.P.? That dude. My homie, who said that he was going to smoke my family. So I'm like, see, I knew he was going to get smoked. I knew something was going to happen. He wasn't going to be here. So I wasn't shocked at that, nor did I even care, right? But I did want to know what happened. So I call up another one of my homies, and he tell me what happened. You know the brother that cussed me out through a text, told me not to go over there because I cussed his brother out when I was only defending myself. You know what happened? That brother killed him, How did that dude die? His brother killed him inside his mama house with the whole family there. You hear what I'm saying? Overstepping your boundaries, nigga. You gonna threaten me and talk about you gonna kill my family and I didn't do nothing? How dare you? So you gotta eat that pie. You gotta eat that pie. He ate that pie. And for the brother to take up for him, knowing damn well he's despicable, he's a demon, you gotta take that demon out. Now let me see how you handle that. That was what I was thinking back then. Overstepping your boundaries, man. Don't overstep your boundaries when it comes to the chosen, because ain't nobody playing. You don't have to be from a gang. You don't have to be hard, sag your pants, have 100 guns, baseball bats and knives, man. All you got to do is be with the Most High and all your enemies will be defeated. Yeah, everybody that I just said in these stories was my enemy. And they're here no more. They're not here no more, man. I could keep going on and on with these stories of people overstepping their boundaries with the chosen. And they not here no more. You hear what I'm saying? If you know me and this has triggered you, I really don't care. Because when everybody was laughing and he-heeing about my homeless and me on crack, y'all really didn't care. I don't care how you feel, your mama feel, your cousin feel, your daddy, none of them. I only care about how the Most High feel. And my children, man. I don't care about none of that stuff. Never overstep your boundaries or you will get put in your place. Peace.